Welcome back to these Advent Reflections. Today we're going to talk about Obed and Jesse. We're continuing in the genealogy of Jesus Christ. Now, Obed was the son of Boaz and Ruth. And we don't know about him other than the fact that his name means worshiper. But he became the father of Jesse. Jesse was the father of David the king. Now, Jesse lived in Bethlehem, and one day the prophet and judge Samuel was instructed by God to anoint a new king. He had previously anointed Saul, but Saul, though he looked the part of a king, didn't perform the part of a good king, at least. And so God had rejected him and instructed Samuel to go to the house of Jesse to anoint a new king. So Samuel did what he was told. And he went there and met with Jesse, and Jesse had 7 sons that he presented to Samuel. The first one was strong and handsome and capable. And Samuel said to himself, "Surely this is the Lord's anointed one." But God told Samuel, "Samuel, you don't see as I see. You see only the externals. I look into the heart of a person. And for that reason, I have rejected this eldest son." And the same thing with the second and the third and the fourth and all 7 of those sons. So Samuel finally turned to Jesse and asked, "Isn't there another one?" And Jesse said, "Yes, only the youngest, who's out watching the sheep." So they sent for him and brought him before Samuel. And God told Samuel, "Yes, this is the one, anoint him." And that was David, the shepherd boy. What I find remarkable in this story is the obedience of Samuel and Jesse. Right? Jesse would have normally expected the oldest son to receive the most blessing. Right? It would have been most likely the best candidate to be anointed. But no, none of those first 7 sons were anointed. Both Samuel and Jesse were obedient to the voice of God. Samuel directly because he was directly hearing the voice of God, and Jesse was obedient because of Samuel's voicing the will of God. That leads me to reflect upon obedience a little bit. How obedient am I? How does God speak to me? I know that many times God has spoken to me through the voice of my wife. Early on, I tended to listen to my own voice instead of hers, only to learn a sad lesson that she was right and I was wrong. Sometimes the voice comes through the voice of the church, in what the church gives to me, what to believe, how to practice my faith, how to live out my faith in daily life. So how am I being obedient? And do I trust that being obedient to the voice of God will bring blessings? See you tomorrow.